Grand rising to all the gods and goddesses. Love and light to everyone that's watching this. I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in and for your love and your support. It's just great. And I really appreciate it. You guys are the most important people in my life because you're always out there. You put up my videos and you always share the great knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This video, I want to make it about, actually I wanted to do a different video, but now I just decided to actually start with this one. We have so much power from our mind, but we tend not to use it completely, right? I mean, we've got a left hemisphere brain and the right hemisphere brain, and we don't get to use the whole capacity of the brain. It's either you're using one-sided brain, you know, and it's not balanced. It is very important to balance our mind, right? When do you get time to usually use your whole entire brain? It is every time in your trouble, when you're sleeping, when you now get into your deepest of your mind, you know, completely. That's when now you're able to use the left side of your brain and the right side of the brain at the same time. And you do that the most whenever you turn into this concentrating way of doing your meditations. Although it doesn't become fully in that potential, but you tap into it at least. You know, the mind has so many secrets and so many events that take place that you're not even aware of, right? And when you challenge yourself, when it comes to your mind, you challenge the way how you want to see and perceive things, and you just don't become limited at all, right? Because the limitation is like having a blockage of not being able to access a certain potential or a certain power in your mind. And you end up losing a lot of things which you're supposed to acquire, right, in that space of time. And today I want to teach you something, right, that your mind is not only capable of meditating or practicing your ability, or you becoming conscious or reaching your Godhead, right? And this will take a lot of practice for you to before you can even master this. First of all, take your mind as a planet, because that's what it is, right? It is a planet whereby everything that's happening inside has different taste of struggles, has different taste of enlightenment, has different taste of a lot of space in between. There's a lot of situations that are happening in your mind, and you're able to actually go inside of your mind in a dream state, because whenever you have the dreams that you experience in your life, it's because everything is just happening in your mind. It's like mind over matter, right? You want to tap into this meta reality and start to create things for yourself. That is why imagination is so powerful. And growing up as a child, most of the things which you used to do, it was all based on imagination. When you imagine things, now you want to bring them into reality. That's when now you start to be artistic. You start to draw, you know. You start to create these figures. You start to create the structures. You're always building something up, because You imagined those things. Now you have potential with an understanding. What is it that you saw in your mind? You want to put it in this reality and let it be actual in terms of you giving it life. That is you creating something out of your manifestation. Because before you create something in this physical world using the material, you first manifest it in your mind. Then you take it into another level as you now put it in this completion of the creation force that is right there in front of you, so that you can see what you were dreaming about, or what you were thinking about, or what you were manifesting in your mind. And without that manifestation, or without that thought, it can never make up a room to create something, you know, to preserve it for the future or the next day, right? Because you wanted it to be there forever, you know, to be physical, to be actual. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can interact with it, you can just give it life, you know. It partakes within an energy, man. You can create an energy within your mind and then let it be born out of your mind, and you give the certain energy a name, power, and its principles. If you want this imagination figure to protect you, it'll do so. You know, you having control over it, and you now are able to command and manipulate this energy into something that's going to serve you. All right. And it does that, man, you know, it does that. So this is something which, if you understand how meditation works, you will be able to actually tap into. If it is your first time you're watching this video and you don't know anything about meditation, you can make your own research, or just go through my videos and check out how I establish a way for you to meditate. But in this case, it will depend. You can do it in both ways. You can meditate in this way, or you can just easily close your eyes, right? I want you to do this. You can perhaps you can find a place which you can bring in your mind. Like, you can go look for a certain sacred mountain, or a mountain which you can be able to inhabit. Look into the mountain, how it looks like, put it in your mind as you picture it, and then come back home and then bring that thought in your mind. Or any place which for you is sacred enough, which you can always visit, but in your mind. You travel into that place, but in your mind, right? You can be able to envision that place wherever you're sitting, and start to create as you upgrade that place in a situated way, whereby now you put some crystals, you make up some a waterfall, a water fountain, you put up some nature around that mountain. You just liberate it with the energy that's going to be accepted by your higher self, which then, when you envision all of that by happening as you manifest it into your mind, now you're putting yourself into this place which you're always going to visit, or take visits all the time. And when you've now created that place in your mind, you can extend some time how much you want to spend every day in that place. You just get into that meditation, right? And then you want to call your guides to be with you, right? You ask your guides and your ancestors to actually guide you over you as you travel to this mindset that is the same as the place which you saw. You want to bring back in your mind and start to be in it and live in it and do some exercises in that place. Even if it means you want to take some time to cleanse yourself, you do that. You want to take some time to practice your abilities in your mind, right? It's the same thing that happens when the Matrix, if you've watched the Matrix, especially the first Matrix movie, you see that they put up some something behind the back of their brain, right, on behind their body or spinal. And when that happens, they tend to be in this world, right? That is actually them in their mind with all the things which they know in this world. They take it with them and tap into this world, but in a mindset way. Because why? It is the only way to make certain changes from your manifestation to bring forth things to happen in this reality. That's what it means when you create something for yourself. You see yourself in this place whereby you just want to be in this office tomorrow. You just want to be upgraded, or you just want to enter a certain place. You start doing it from your mind. Then as you keep on doing it, it'll take the effect in a physical world. That's how you create something for yourself. That's how you actually do your manifestations, right? So I get a lot of people who ask me so many questions, and this video is for them. For example, it is very sacred, man. Whatever that you dream about is always sacred. You don't want to tell anybody else, or you don't want to share your dreams to somebody else, especially if you're seeking for answers. You know, in person, you tell them your dream and then they know what it means. Like, damn, this person is about to get this huge success, and if I tell them, man, I'll be like really helping them out. They'll just keep some of the information to themselves, so that you keep on wandering around thinking about how this has to be established. Then sometime you bump into wrong information, then you just mess it all up. And those people will be like literally looking at you, are you moving away from the truth which you're about to get through what you dreamed about? So you want to go to that experience, go inside of your mind, put yourself in this place from your mind, and then you can put a figure or an ancestor or your grandfather that's on the other side of the world. You can just make a communication with them. Tell them that, listen, Ndate or Baba or Mkulu, I want you to be the safeguard of this sacred place, that whenever I come and ask for answers or I ask for some help, you will be a part of this creation, and you will help me how to get some answers, how to replenish myself, how to advance, and how to even gain more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in this whole reality, right? Then you implement them to be there. And I'm telling you, every time when you enter and you visit to this sacred place in your mind, right, you will find that grand ancestor waiting for you all the time. Then you start to interact with them. This is what I came here to do today. I have such energies within my body, and they just overwhelming. It's like a burden to me, and I want you to help me to release it. Then surely you know that in that sacred place you have put in place crystals. You know that the sacred place has like a waterfall, first of all, and it has got like so many crystals around, and it has got this protection that when you expand in this in your mind moment, you're gonna get this and this and that, right? So as you've created the mountain, I mean the fountain or the waterfall, you have your crystals all over around the place, and you have the flame of fire that lights up in different colors, that is crystallized, or that has crystals within. Then you want to put up some chairs whereby you're going to sit when you go, because you'll be like a person who's going to be to the spiritual services, right? And you are being helped not by just a ghost or anybody that you make up, right? But by your ancestor. But if you don't want to use your ancestor, you can make up a figure for yourself, which you're going to have to maintain to remember as the way you've created them without making a mistake, knowing very well that they represent any enlightenment and cleansing and a knowledge or giving you answers that you might seek. So you'll have to put that figure in place, knowing very well that when you enter, you will knock into that place, and then you'll introduce yourself, no, this is me. Then you imagine that figure opening the door for you. Then you enter the sacred place which you have created for yourself in your mind. Okay? Which you have created yourself in your mind, which you can visit anytime you feel like. Right? Even if it means you want to create your own entire world, you do that, right? You do that. It doesn't have to be the mountain. I was just making an example with the mountain, but it should be something which you're comfortable in actually putting yourself in. But you will have to maintain all of that whenever you go and visit your mind. It shouldn't be something that changes, unless if it has to change through an upgrade, because everything upgrades, isn't it? Your DNA upgrades. In the things that you do all the time, you take an extent of upgrading something. So therefore, it means your world in your mind has to upgrade as well to have this potential power. Okay? So it's something which, when I say seek for answers within, right? When I say seek answers within, this is what I do. So this is something I'm sharing with you guys. When I say seek answers within, this is what I do. I have my own world in my mind, which I visit all the time. If I wanna be cleansed, this is what I do. If I wanna replenish, this is what I do. However, don't take this information and be misguided with it. I'm not saying that you're only gonna take cleansing within your mind only. You really need to do the actual cleansing as well, because remember, it's different. You're cleansing yourself in the spiritual essence, because when you cleanse yourself in this reality, you're cleansing your physical self. In that spiritual world, you can't cleanse your physical self, but you're cleansing your higher self that is attached and connected to you, which is your true self, right? So this is what you want to do, man. And it's not only based on cleansing yourself. If you want to get information, a lot of information and downloads, you visit your higher self, and that's what you do. You imagine yourself into this world. You ask the figure answers which they can be able to access within your mind, and for you to be able to download easily. Then the downloads will come through. And when does this happen? It becomes so deep embedded whenever you're in a dream state, or whenever you're sitting, whenever you're relaxing, whenever you're doing a meditation, to the point that you're going to come across information that's going to be enlightening of the questions which you asked from your higher self previously when you visited your mind. You see, it's like you're invoking it from your higher mind for it to actually take the effect on this reality. Then you start to get the things that you were asking yourself from your mind. You start to get all those answers. Especially if you're having a certain dream. I get people who like asking questions about their dreams. Ra, please explain this dream to me. I don't need to explain the dream, to be honest. You have the answer to the dream. So it's the same thing that you do. You visit your mind. You visit your dream again. You imagine each and every detail of what you dreamt about. You see if there's anything that you missed out when you were dreaming. You try to bring it back. Then you'll start to remember. Then when you take yourself in that sacred place, you ask this figure or your ancestor, I dreamt about this and this and that. What does it really mean? I am telling you. This will be like a movie. It'll be open up to you, and you'll start to see what is it that you were missing from the dream. And you'll start to get answers, to the point that you'll even have the deeper passage on what the dream was all about. Because sometimes, you do have a dream, then it just stops. Or somebody wakes you up, or you set up alarm, just rings, and then the dream is cut short. And you want to prolong and continue that when you visit your mind, right? So you want to create this place, this safe haven for you, or this actual earth that is different, that has different energies, that is different. You just imagine things. When you imagine things, you put them into life. You give life out of your imagination. And this is what I want you to do. It won't be easy, but it'll help you. I am telling you, it will help you. So you want to make it to the point that even if when you enter your higher self, you want to drink water, that water has to be crystallized. You create a golden cup that has crystals inside. Then You have a running water that is crystallized, that is attached with the crystals whenever it actually keeps on running in and running out as a cycle of cleansing itself. It is doing all that process in the crystals. Then you have your cup ready that is made out of the crystals inside, attached to the point that when you start to fill up that cup with that water, it is crystallized with the golden cup. Then you start to drink, then you get purified. So this is a way of telling you that when you enter that sacred place, the first thing that you want to do, remember there's crystals around you, there's water there that is crystallized, and in the middle there's a fire that is surrounded by crystals as well, and then there are chairs which are set in place for you to sit down when you enter. You're going to treat this thing like you're entering a normal place or a normal room or anywhere in the world, right? And then you find this figure who's going to open the door for you. It's literally going to go and sit down and wait for you so that you can join them. Then as you sit down, you take this cup which has the golden cup. The figure will actually fill up the cup for you. Then you start to drink that cup that is crystallized. Then the water runs within you, and then you start to feel replenished. Then you start to address your issues to the figure or the elder. What is the reason you are here? Next to the flame. And then I'm telling you, you will master how to control all of that. Right? You will master how to control all of that. So this is what I wanted to say in this video, and I thought that it is very important. Like I'm saying, that you can ask anything when you enter your higher self. That's how you want to do it. You can ask the figure, this is what I dreamt about, what does it mean? And then there will be something which will happen. The figure will tell you how to actually go about what the dream meant, and you'll have so many answers. If you are seeking for knowledge, you'll ask the figure to actually give you some knowledge, how to download a new upgraded information for you to actually get and receive. Then you will do that. So you enter the meditation, you ask your guides to be with you from your mother's side and your father's side to actually guard you. Then you enter the place. Then when you enter the place, you do what you are there for. Then the moment when you're done, you exit the place, right? And you align your chakras and your energy as well. You replenish yourself. Then you're back in this reality. I am telling you, man, if you must start to do this. You know, the thing is, now I'm tired of telling you guys about information, blah blah blah, all of that. Now I want to teach you how to make things happen, right? How to envision yourself into this place. Sooner or later, you will learn how to even travel and how to even control your dreams. And it is very important to control your dreams, man. You have to always be aware that you're dreaming, that you can stop anything from what's about to happen in your dream, and then you start to control things. There will come a time and point whereby, I hope maybe some of you have felt this, but there will come a time and point whereby you'll understand what I mean, that whenever you dream, you're actually traveling. There will come a time whereby you'll feel your whole entire body now coming back, your whole entire soul literally coming back into your body. You'll actually see that. I'm like, no, what is happening? It will happen in the speed of light. Your soul will come back to your body, and you will actually witness that. Maybe that day you'll understand that, no, this is what Ra meant, that whenever I dream, my soul leaves my whole entire body. But how does it leave your whole entire body? Not to say that it leaves your body completely, because remember, if it leaves, because a lot of people don't understand it. I remember I once said this to somebody else, and people were like, crazy. They said to me, I'm crazy. Listen, there's what you call the hara line. This hara line is connected with your soul. It is a map situated as a pathway which your soul has to follow when it returns back to the body, right? But if you die becoming absent out of this world, now the hara line, it gets disconnected with your body. It's no longer attached to your body. Then that's where, that way the soul is completely out of your body now. It means that you're absent, you're dead, right? Not really dead, but you're absent. It means that you're not going to wake up again. But when you travel, the hara line is the passage, or it is the path which your soul is attached to. Because the soul is attached with this hara line, and this hara line is attached with your body. Therefore, when you start to travel, remember your soul is magnet, right? It is magnet, your soul, right? It is magnet. So your soul is now attached to this hara line, which is also attached to your body, because you're still living, still breathing. And then as it is attached with this hara line, it carefully leaves the body, knowing very well that I'm still attached to the body, to the point that if somebody wakes you up, then you come back from the dream state to just wake up. That's what I mean when I say your soul leaves your body. Remember, when it leaves your body, it is attached to your hara line, which this hara line is attached to your body, which this hara line is also attached to the universe that is within your mind. So then your body can extend itself to any situation or planet. It can extend itself to any situation or planet, knowing very well that it is attached to this hara line that is connected to your body. Then your soul can carefully leave, right, and enter the higher mind and in a traveling state, right? All of that, remember, is happening inside of you, not outside of you. But there will come a time whereby, when you practice this, things just become more easy. There will come a time whereby you will experience your soul coming back inside of your body, and you won't actually understand what the hell just happened. I just really felt my soul coming back to my body at night, or when you're about to wake up. Then along the line, there's a lot that happens. There's a lot that happens. You actually feel yourself that you're coming back slowly and slowly and slowly until you come back completely. Then you feel yourself, okay, now I'm back in my body. But because you're not highly conscious, you end up forgetting everything that happened. But the more you build up your consciousness, then you start to understand these things, man. You are very intelligent. You're a genius, man. You just need to tap into it, right? Nobody taught me to become the way I am. I've always been like this. Because that's why I can never give you answers. People are, how did you become to be like this? No, I've been like this all the time. What I can tell you is, at school, I never liked school at all, man. Okay? Not that I couldn't do it. I could, but I realized that the more I study, or the more I become excellent at school and have those highest marks, I'm actually getting to be the most foolish person in the world. That's what I realized. Because the system, it targets spiritual people to shut them down from this genius mind of spirituality, but to be genius in a materialistic way that serves nothing but the system. The system doesn't want anything to do with the spirituality, because they lose. But it wants to make sure that people are genius minded when it comes to the system, because you are now a slave that is going to always make the system look better and make sure that it suppresses everything that is of spiritual light. That's what the system is all about. That's what the education is all about. And through education, they've mastered a way to separate a lot of people, which is happening. So at school, at school they used to tell me, like, I must read a book in order for me to get answers. I was like, no, fuck that. Why can't I make up my own answers? I've been that person, man. I've been that person, and I don't follow rules, man. Like, I'm a star being, man. Like, I do me, man. I do what I want. I do what makes me happy. Not what the system makes them happy. No, I don't do that. I do what I want to do, what makes me alive. And because I've been like that, man, that's what led me here today. I used to teach people, I used to see comments, people saying to me, when did you start to be woke? The day when I blowed up, many people from school were trying to find me, but they couldn't get me. It's only a few who were actually able to have access to me. They were like, hey man, so you've mastered yourself now. Because why? They know that I've been telling them about these things, but many people were not paying attention. So that I started now, man. I've been doing this, man, for all my life, man. I still remember since grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, man. I've been telling people about these things. But when I started to be on the media, I mean on the social media, I never talked about these things. I was just quiet. I talked about different things, man. I was not ready to be out there until the time came, which I knew it will come. So when you stick to yourself, man, and you connect to your higher self, you grow up into this reality, man, and start to have all this information that is embedded in you and everybody else, you know. So yeah, I didn't want to say so much about, I mean, in this video, but I hope you guys were able to understand what this video is all about. And yeah, man, like, let's just teach everybody light and enlightenment, and let's just grow into this reality and have power and put it into use, right? Because that's very important. So let's just keep it that way. Listen, I love you so much, guys. Love and light. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I mean, don't forget to like this video. It is very important. The algorithm does not like people like us. In order for us to actually overcome this algorithm, it is when people like this video and they share it. Many people will have to witness it, and it will just grow in light in so many numbers. I love you so much. Love and light.